Um, Welcome to the American Conference. A lot of people put in a lot of effort to make this a reality. Play a quality team, had a good crowd. Everything's going to come down to a possession here, a possession there. That's college basketball. I bet you I watched pieces of 30 games yesterday. We practiced in the morning, the afternoon, a lot of college basketball. And most every game, with the exception of a few, comes down to a play here, play there. And that's what we anticipated. They'd come in here on a 6-game winning streak. Amidst that 6 games, they'd beaten a Florida State team who won their ACC opener, or maybe their second ACC game yesterday. They'd beaten a Loyola Chicago team who's got a good basketball team. So they were playing well. We knew coming in they were averaging around 8 3-pointers a game. Miguel Selton and Chris Youngblood are their guys, and their guys were hurting us early. I thought in the second half we did a much better job. They made 7 threes in the first half, only 3 in the second half. We did a good job of doing the things that have allowed us to be sitting here now on our own 6-game winning streak, and that is get to the free throw line and convert and win the rebounding battle. Keep your turnovers to a minimal so that we can possession them out of the game. And when you're in a 2-possession game, or I guess or less, that's our 11th one of the season, of which we've won 8. And in the last 9, we're 8-1, so we are making progress.
What's the experience of playing those? I mean, you say a lot of games are close, but you guys literally are playing
every game.
Close.
Yeah.
How much does that help? Get accustomed to them, I guess.
I think it's just normal for us. I don't anticipate a loss of poise. Now, we don't execute great all the time, and we do foolish things. Our biggest issue with this team is I've got good kids and they compete. Our lack of communication. We're always in a reactionary mode because we don't talk our way through it. 2 players coming together, Steve, you and I, amidst, and I'm talking defensively mostly, but amidst some sort of action, we have to talk our way through that. And at times we didn't do that, and they made us pay. And then we had some terribly inefficient offensive possessions in the second half, just terribly. They were really pressing up on us. We're shooting step-back jump shots that were contested at the end of the clock. When we got downhill, I thought Butta made a couple of huge plays. Javion Davis, who didn't make a field goal, but he has huge offensive rebounds, makes his free throws. We were able to get enough stops down the stretch to secure a home win in our AAC home opener, which is something that you've got to do if you have any hopes of playing good basketball deep into the year.
Lindenborg, a hot shoot, doesn't take any 3-point shots. Maybe had an opportunity.
Yep.
But is that
23 and 15.
Maybe you're actually a little bit happy to see that maybe he didn't get a little bit too happy with the 3-point shot coming off.
I want him to play the game. I think there are times that you have to take what the defense gives you, and despite him making 5 of 6 in the last game, I thought they were cushioning him again because he's a different type dude. Like, he's big now. He's 6'9" with a 7'3" wingspan. Weighs about 235 pounds. So if he puts his shoulder on you, he can typically kind of get you to his spot. He's not going to necessarily elevate over you. He just extends over you. The ball comes off a little funny at times. But I thought he was really aggressive. I mean, again, this kid now for 3 straight games, he's averaging around 23 and 15. and I'm kind of ho-humming it because I still see a lot of fruit on the vine for him. But the kid's really emerged for us as a guy. Really proud of Alejandro Vasquez. AJ's been in the dumps a little bit. Saw 1 go down, 1 turns to 3, was really the impetus for us to build. I guess it was our biggest lead, 10 points. I'm sitting here looking at it. We were up 10 with about 8 to play, and that was really AJ getting on a roll. We need that production, especially off our bench.
Now, at that point, you didn't score a field goal the rest of that time.
That was not the plan,
Obviously, but how much confidence can that give you on the defensive end, knowing that we're not able to get field goals, but you were able to get free throws, but you're able to help those guys as well?
Yeah, you got to, at the end of the day, man, you can't have empty possessions offensively as much as we do. It puts a lot of stress on you, D, but I thought we made some plays. I thought we made some hustle plays. Tony with running down and getting the back tip and the steal when it was a 1-possession game. Again, us getting offensive rebounds. We only ended up with 8, but I think we only had 1 in the first half. So we have 7 in the second half, all of them huge down the stretch. Again, try to retain possession and find your way to the finish line.
If I tell you before the game you go 8-40, the last 8-40 without scoring from the field, you think you win a game?
Yeah, probably not. And if you would have told me they made 10 threes, again, they're averaging around 8. They got 7 in the first half, only 3 in the second half, but we can't allow them. They're a perimeter-oriented team. We can't allow them to knock in 10. Now, it took them 28 attempts to get there. But if you'd have told me we were going to not make a field goal in the last 8 minutes and give up 10 threes. I would have figured it was going to be a tight game. Again, when we got to the foul line, we make 30 on the night. We had great production off our bench, and we dominate points in the paint.
Coach, what was the message that you gave to them after the game was offered?
Oh, that this is the normal. You know, I thought we had good energy in the building. We're sitting here at 2-0 in the American Conference after coming into today. There were 5 teams. There's 14 teams in the AAC, and there were only 5, even only after the first week, that were still undefeated. We happened to be one of them at 1-0, and South Florida happened to be one of them at 1-0. Now there's only 4. Well, Memphis and SMU, the other 1-0 teams, they're playing as we speak. So there's only going to be 3 undefeated teams in the American Conference after the first swing of games. We don't play until next Saturday against FAU. They run a pretty good program down there. And they saw on the road, you got to protect your home floor because it's so difficult on the road, and they saw that last night by losing at Charlotte. So we're playing good. You know, we've won 6 in a row. We're getting better. We're winning while we're getting better. Our confidence is growing, and we're getting different guys step up. Again, Yax has kind of been our stabilizer as of late, but I had his night in San Antonio, and I thought today A.J. was a huge key in giving us the offense that we need to get this thing to 2-0 in the league and win our 6th straight game.
Coach, there were so many times within the game that there were some momentum starters. For example, Daniel hitting that big 3 with about 12 minutes to go. With guys stepping up to the occasion, how was this good practice to be able to rise to the occasion when there's so much going on? There's wrong calls, maybe there's fouls, there's fans. Like, there was just a lot going on.
Yeah, basketball's the ultimate game of rhythm. You know, you're trying to establish yours and disrupt theirs, but throughout the course of the game, there's going to be 6 or 7 swings. You know, and let's say it's a 7-game series, and you want 4 of those to go your favor, because that really is what it comes down to in a possessions game like this. So I thought, you know, they make a run, we make a run, they make a run, we make a run. But because we have lived here, again, it's our 11th game out of 15 that it's come down to this. I don't really sense a panic in our guys. Again, we don't always do the right thing. I think we're giving in to pressure at times. We've got to be able to play through contact a little bit better. But I do think we understand our pattern to success, and our guys are starting to really believe because we're having tangible results in that area. Thank you.
What's going on, fellas? Good.
What does it feel like to get back on track a little bit? You kind of struggled offensively for a few games, and you know, to see it go down tonight, you know, kind of how'd that feel for you?
Feels good, man. I just been staying to myself, staying in the gym, trusting myself, putting the work in, and getting the outcome for it. So it's been good.
When you have games where you're struggling a little bit offensively, how tough is that? I mean, how tough is it?
I feel like it's mentally tough, as far as more than like physical. More than like a player is more in his head, you know. For example, for me, like I'm more in my head sometimes. So you just got to battle and try to get out your ways, for the most part. Yeah.
How nice were those 2 back-to-back threes that you had? Like, were they just giving you space and you're just like, I'm just gonna go up there?
Yeah, pretty much. It was giving me too much space, and I just took the action, and I took what they gave me. It was great.
Is that something that, you know, that's a big part of your game? Because we hadn't seen a whole lot. We know that you can do that, but is that something that maybe you worked on a little bit more, or just something you have not had as much of an opportunity to?
Yeah, I've worked on both. You know, I try to be prepared for everything, so I'm kind of working on all areas. So yeah, especially that.
You also, too, besides, you know, having a stellar night offensively, defensively, too, I did watch you down there. You were communicating with your teammates. How important is it, especially in this league, to be more of a two-way player?
Very important. I feel like that's what wins games, especially in any conference. I feel like you're going to need to talk, and you need defense to win games. So very important.
As a player, you guys, every night, this is every night. I mean, every night comes down to the end, you know, one possession game type thing. How much confidence do you gain when you win these, you know, game after game? You know, I think you're 9-1 or whatever, you know, AK was saying. Does that kind of make you more confident in these situations?
I feel like it does. I feel like it helps the team. It puts the team in a good position to like go to practice, and you know, everyone's still locking in. Everyone's just on there doing their job. So I feel like it does definitely help.
Have you always been a guy that kind of scores in bundles? I mean, it seems like the better games you've had this year have had stretches like you have
Mhm.
tonight, where you have, 8 or 10 in a row
Mhm.
type thing, has that
Uh,
kind of been a mark of what you do?
I mean, I've been trying to get back in my rhythm lately, so it's kind of what I do. But I'm kind of like I can like score when I want to and do it, make those plays anytime.
How have your teammates been supporting you getting back into your rhythm?
Great, good. I've been in the gym with all my teammates. Honestly, they've been watching me. That's why everyone's so excited because just like they've been know I've been putting the work in, so and it's paying off. So that's pretty much why my team.
Who was, I guess, the guy that came up to you right after the game and wanted to have?
It was everybody. Honestly, it was a couple guys that came to me. It was like kind of like my whole team. Honestly, I don't want to name one person, but it was kind of like everybody though. Coaches too.
As a team, when you're in the middle, you guys have won 6 in a row now. When you're in the middle of a streak, how much does confidence, I guess, grow with every win?
I feel like each game, each win, you learn something, and you just got to correct those. Watch film, find out what the issues are, correct it, and should be good.